Let's talk about porn. Yeah, that thing you're probably watching right now in your bedroom while pretending you're doing research. You know, the stuff that promises to give you the perfect fantasy, but somehow leaves you more empty than when you started. So is porn really ruining your life? Well, buckle up, because I'm about to drop some hard truths you might not want to hear. Spoiler, it's not your friend. Before we dive into the mess, I get it. We're all grown-ups here, but if your screen time is spent more on X-rated material than actually living your best life, you're in trouble, and I'm here to help you fix it. In a way you never thought possible. Ready? Let's go. First, let's talk about self-esteem. When you're watching porn, what do you see? Perfect bodies? Flawless people? Smooth? Unrealistic? Everything. It's like you're watching a real-life filter on Instagram, but 100 times worse. Here's the thing. No one's life looks like that. And guess what? That's messing with your head. The big lie. We all know that porn is fake, but somehow we start comparing ourselves to it. Your body? Not good enough. Your bedroom game? Not satisfying enough. Your real life? A far cry from what you see in those videos. But here's the kicker. You're not supposed to look like a chiseled superhero. You're supposed to look like you. And guess what? You're great just as you are. All this fake stuff is giving you a warped view of yourself, and it's killing your self-esteem. According to a study published in JAMA Psychiatry, regular porn consumption is directly linked to lower satisfaction in real relationships and lower self-esteem in men. So yeah, it's not just in your head, it's science. Now, start by limiting your porn consumption. Sounds simple, but it's harder than it looks. Start by setting boundaries with yourself. If you can't go an hour without watching it, that's a red flag. You have to replace this habit with real-life activities that make you feel good, like, I don't know, getting in shape, working on a skill, or, I don't know, actually meeting real people. Now, let's talk about how porn ruins your relationships. If you think your girlfriend is going to look like the perfectly curated fantasy world in those videos, then, buddy, you are dead wrong. It's time to bust that myth wide open. The porn illusion. What you're seeing on screen is a performance, not reality. When you compare your partner to what you see online, you're setting impossible expectations. And here's the truth. Women, just like men, are not robots. They're human beings, and their worth isn't measured by how many tricks they can do on command. So if you're putting that pressure on them, you're setting up both of you for disaster. A 2016 study in the Journal of Sex Research found that men who watch more porn have unrealistic expectations about sex, and this often leads to disappointment and frustration in relationships. So, yeah, porn isn't just ruining your solo playtime, it's ruining your connection with real people. Real intimacy doesn't come from performances, it comes from connection. If you want your relationships to improve, ditch the fantasy world and embrace authentic connection. That means actually talking to your partner, listening, and having sex for the experience. Not for the next Instagram-worthy moment. All right, let me break it down for you. A few years ago, I realized something crazy about myself. I was constantly looking for that quick dopamine hit, and I didn't even know it. You know that feeling you get when you scroll through your phone and get a like on your post? Or when you win in Fortnite? That's dopamine, baby. It's what makes you feel good, even if just for a second. But here's the thing. I was addicted to that feeling, and I didn't even know it. Turns out, porn was hijacking that same system. Let me explain. It was like a hit of instant gratification. Watching porn made me feel on top of the world, but then I started noticing something weird. When I wasn't watching it, everything else felt flat. Real life, work, relationships, they didn't give me the same buzz. I would try to focus on my career or a project, but my brain just kept screaming, "Where's the instant reward?" And that's when it clicked. Watching porn was like eating McDonald's every day. It's cheap, quick, and gives you that rush. But when you try to enjoy a real home-cooked meal, it's just not the same. My brain had gotten used to the quick fix, and now the rest of life felt boring and dull. I started looking into this and came across a study from the University of Cambridge, which confirmed everything I was feeling. Turns out, heavy porn consumption actually desensitizes your brain's reward system. Basically, you're training your brain to be addicted to instant gratification. And real life doesn't work like that. This study showed that people who consume a lot of porn actually have a harder time enjoying everyday pleasures, whether it's hanging out with friends, working on projects, or even doing stuff they used to enjoy. And here's the kicker. Your brain just can't process pleasure the same way anymore. And it's not good for you in the long run. Actionable steps, aka the stop being dumb plan. So what do I do about it? I had to slow down and really cut out the instant fixes. Now, I focus on delayed gratification. What does that mean? It means I work on things that take time to pay off. Building my skills, working out consistently, or putting in the work on a long-term project. Here's a simple formula I use to break free. Step 1. Recognize when you're craving that quick dopamine hit. It'll be something like checking your phone for validation or binge watching something pointless. Step 2. Replace that habit with something that provides long-term rewards. Think reading a book, going for a run, or building a skill you've been ignoring. Step 3, get comfortable with the fact that results aren't immediate. Trust me, when you stick to this, your brain will thank you. Your brain needs time to reset. Don't rush it. So yeah, the dopamine trap is real. And the scariest part, you might not even realize it until you're stuck in the cycle. But if you start focusing on activities that give you a bigger long-term reward, you'll start to rewire your brain. It's not easy, but it's absolutely worth it. Trust me. Your future self will thank you for taking control now. And just remember, stop expecting instant results. Anything worth having takes time, and that's how you're going to come out on top. All right, I've got a story for you. I used to be the guy who'd rather spend my time scrolling through my phone or watching videos than actually hanging out with people. Why? Because it felt easier. But here's the thing, you lose more than just time when you get hooked on porn. You're losing your ability to connect with the world around you. And trust me, it doesn't take long before it starts affecting everything. At first, I didn't realize it was happening. But over time, I noticed something. Every time I'd go out with friends, I felt disconnected. I wasn't present. My head wasn't really in the conversation. It was somewhere else, thinking about the next time I could escape into my phone. And honestly, that's the trap. You spend all your time in front of a screen and miss out on real experiences, the type that help you build meaningful relationships and grow as a person. I realized I wasn't improving my social skills, the stuff you need to actually connect with people. No one wants to hang out with someone who's checked out, right? And when you start avoiding real-life connections in favor of that instant online fix, you lose the ability to actually relate to people in a meaningful way. Then I found something that hit me like a ton of bricks. Research from the National Institute on Drug Abuse found that porn consumption isn't just messing with your brain's reward system, it's actually hurting your ability to interact socially. Heavy porn use is linked to a decline in social interaction and can even lead to isolation. So yeah, it's not just about your personal life, it's a full-blown social issue. Here's the thing. It's easy to think of porn as a private thing, but its effects seep into every part of your life. You're not just missing out on the moment, you're missing out on your potential to connect with others and grow into the person you want to be. Actionable steps, getting out of the screen zone. So what did I do to fix this? Simple, I started to make a conscious effort to put down the phone and get back to real-life interactions. Here's a little formula for you to do the same. Step 1, recognize when you're using porn or your phone as an escape from real life. Be honest with yourself. Step 2, make a commitment to spend X hours a week engaging in face-to-face social activities. Could be meeting up with friends, attending a social event, or even just going to a coffee shop and talking to someone new. Step 3, practice social skills. This is the hard part. Actually making an effort to connect. It might feel awkward at first, but keep at it. Start small with a simple conversation or even a compliment to a stranger. Trust me, your confidence will build and you'll start feeling like a real person again, not just a dude scrolling through feeds. Listen, porn might feel like a temporary escape, but it's actually robbing you of a real social life. The more you dive into it, the more you pull away from everyone around you. So it's time to stop hiding behind your screen and start putting in the effort to connect with the world. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel when you can talk to someone, really connect with them, and grow together. And trust me, once you experience that, you won't ever want to go back. All right, you're probably thinking, okay, so what do I do now? Just cold turkey? No more fun? No, my friend, we're not going to do that. We're just going to replace those unhealthy habits with healthier, more productive ones. The healthy swap. Instead of going down the porn rabbit hole, try focusing your energy on something that will actually improve your life. Read a book, take up a hobby, get in the gym, start building something meaningful, anything that brings you real satisfaction. Study reference. According to a study from Harvard Medical School, people who replace unhealthy habits with positive activities like exercise or creative hobbies experience a boost in self-esteem and better overall mental health. Actionable tip. Start small. Every time you feel the urge to watch porn, hit the gym, go for a walk, or engage in something that challenges you. Over time, your brain will crave these new, healthier activities. Replace the dopamine rush from porn with the dopamine rush from personal growth. So is porn ruining your life? Probably, but it doesn't have to. It's all about taking control and making smarter choices. If you're ready to reclaim your life, your relationships, and your happiness, hit that like button. Drop a comment below on your experience and subscribe for more hard-hitting, no BS advice. You've got this. Now go live your life for real.